Emotions still running high following the shooting deaths of 4 young people at 5 Points South late Saturday night. Their suspected killer or killers still on the run nearly 3 days later.
As pastors, we are sick and tired of having to bury our young people. It is not designed that way. God did not intend for it to be that way. He intended for our kids to bury us.
State lawmakers in Montgomery looking into a bill that could make some major changes to local police departments.
If signed into law, the state could take over a force. WVTM 13's Jarvis Robertson spoke with the state representative Jarvis, who's been tasked with finding solutions to violent crimes in urban Alabama areas. The deadly mass shooting has lawmakers really considering this new legislation.
Well, yeah, that's right, Brittany. That legislation is Senate Bill 3. Now, I reported on it back in July. It gives the governor or attorney general the power to appoint an interim police chief to a department that is struggling to maintain safety. That person would not be subject to the authority of the mayor, city council, or any other official in the municipality.
This is a situation of public safety.
State Representative Alan Treadaway says he and other lawmakers are frustrated with the violent crime in Birmingham after the deadly mass shooting Saturday night.
It's a shame that we keep seeing more and more of this.
Senate Bill 3 was pre-filed back in June. It allows the state to take over a police department because of violent crime. Treadaway says it's gaining momentum because legislators aren't seeing improvements.
They're sick and tired that every time a mass shooting or tragedy happens, one of these mayors gets on TV and makes excuses and points fingers at the legislature about passing specific laws.
Mayor Randall Woodfin has been calling on state lawmakers to crack down on Glock switches, like instituting a ban and issuing prison sentences ranging from a minimum of 10 years to life without parole. Treadaway says they are already banned at the federal level.
Do we need a state statute? Yes, there's things that can fall through the crack, but what is the issue is there's no police presence.
During a news conference this morning, Woodfin talked about the efforts to staff the force, which includes part-time officers and officers from other agencies would be eligible.
The detail is being worked out in partnership not only with the Jefferson County Personnel Board, but with BPD. They feel close in hashing that detail out since the council has approved it.
We're in a crisis, and people who know me, I don't say that lightly. We're in a crisis. We have to address the staffing levels in the police department.
We learned that Birmingham would be starting a crime suppression unit similar to what Montgomery has. The mayor says Police Chief Scott Thurman was in Montgomery meeting with leaders of that unit and the Attorney General for guidance.
They're going into detail about how that looks for the city of Birmingham, working with the LEA and other partners, and we look forward to those results.
Now, last year, the State House of Representatives, they did pass a ban on Glock switches. Treadaway feels confident that the bill will be voted on with bipartisan support come February, the next legislative session. A committee that was formed by the House Speaker was already set to meet this Thursday to talk about violent crime, something that was scheduled before the deadly mass shooting. Brittany?